You will hear a number of different recordings, and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 sections. At the end of the test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. Now turn to Section 1. Section 1. You will hear a woman talking to a friend whose town she is planning to visit. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 6. You will see that an example has been done for you. On this occasion only, the conversation relating to this will be played first.
Hello?
Hello, Bill. It's Lucy.
Lucy, how are you? Everything all right with your travel plans?
Yes, absolutely. But I ought to book a hotel, so I need your advice on a good place to stay.
OK. Well, the nearest hotel to us is the Ambassador.
That sounds rather grand.
Well, it is rather, and it's right next to the sea.
The hotel is next to the sea, so sea has been written in the space. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 6.
Hello?
Hello, Bill. It's Lucy.
Lucy, how are you? Everything all right with your travel plans?
Yes, absolutely. But I ought to book a hotel, so I need your advice on a good place to stay.
OK. Well, the nearest hotel to us is the Ambassador.
That sounds rather grand.
Well, it is rather, and it's right next to the sea.
That certainly sounds nice.
It's got a pretty good reputation, though I've heard the service isn't as brilliant as it used to be. The main attraction is the wonderful views.
I can imagine, but I'm not sure we'll have much time to enjoy them with all you've got planned for our visit.
Well, that's true, and it's expensive, even off-season. And I've heard they charge even more at weekends.
Right. Well, maybe we should go for something a bit cheaper.
There's the Oaklands Guest House. Some friends of ours stayed there last year and thought it was quite good.
Where's that?
It's actually in the city centre, but that's only 10 minutes away by car. Our friends say they give you enormous breakfasts, but the restaurant isn't open for other meals, I'm afraid.
That's not a problem for us. We like to get out to eat. Are the room rates reasonable?
Oh, yes, but I should mention that it's on the main road, so it can get rather noisy in some of the rooms. And it's pretty old-fashioned, though I think that's part of its charm.
OK, but I've just thought, if it's not particularly modern, are there a lot of stairs? It might be a problem for Dad.
Yes, I'm afraid there are.
That won't be suitable then.
I think you're right. Oh, I almost forgot. There's a new so-called boutique hotel just opened about 5 minutes' walk from us. It's called the Blue House. It's just on the opposite side of the street from the sports centre.
I remember driving past it, yeah.
I've heard the decor's amazing. It was designed by a local artist.
That'd be interesting for Jess, because she's just starting art college.
Yes, of course.
So, do you think this Blue House might be the best option?
Well, just recently the local newspaper gave it a glowing review, saying it was really good value for money, although it did say you have to pay for parking in addition to the room rate. It's not much, but I thought that was a bit mean.
Tell you what, I'll discuss all this with Alex and make a decision soon.
Fine.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 7 to 10. Now listen carefully and answer the questions 7 to 10.
In the meantime, we'd like to bring presents for you and the kids. What would they like?
That's ever so good of you, thank you. We always love getting your gifts.
Our pleasure. So, starting with Daniel, is he still skateboarding?
Well, actually, he hasn't done that for a while now. He's really into sailing, so he'd love anything to do with that.
Right, I've noted that. And last time we bought a small box of chocolates, which he really enjoyed.
He loved them, but it'd be rather cruel because he's on a diet at the moment.
So it's best not to bring any.
Yes, best avoided.
No problem.
I've got a good idea for Alice.
Great.
You know she's off travelling soon.
Of course, I saw her Facebook posting. I could get her a travel guide, couldn't I?
She's already got one on Portugal.
How about Spain?
Excellent. She'd love that.
So that just leaves you, Bill.
Well, you know how much I loved the sweater you bought me last time.
Yeah, you wore it a lot. I'll get you another one.
Well, I'd prefer a shirt, you know, like John's, if that's all right.
You mean with the batik design?
I love those traditional prints, yeah.
No problem. We'll get organised now and make a decision.
That is the end of section 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Now turn to section 2.